Special news bulletin. For Hurricane Erin over the Atlantic, satellites capture a bizarre scene. In this afternoon's bulletin, global meteorological attention remains firmly focused on Super Hurricane Erin, currently the largest storm system active over the Atlantic Ocean. This is a highly complex and rapidly evolving hurricane that has raised major concerns for nations along the coasts, from the Caribbean and Bermuda to the U.S. East Coast and Atlantic Canada. The U.S. National Hurricane Center, NHC, along with regional forecasting agencies, has been issuing urgent advisories warning of the potential risks Erin could bring in the coming days. In today's program, we will take a closer look at the latest updates on the hurricane's current status, forecast track scenarios, areas at risk, and also highlight other tropical disturbances currently under monitoring. The bulletin will close with a more positive note: the arrival of a refreshing cool air mass that promises relief for many U.S. states after weeks of oppressive heat. Current status of Hurricane Erin. From Category 1 to Category 5 in just 24 hours. Erin, the first Atlantic hurricane of the year, rapidly strengthened from a Category 1 to a Category 5 storm in just 24 hours, an exceptionally rare event in recorded history. As of now, the storm has weakened to Category 3. The NOAA's 19 satellite captured shocking images of Erin as it formed over the Atlantic and explosively intensified into a Category 5 hurricane over the weekend. Accompanied by spectacular lightning flashes within its eye wall, Erin strengthened so rapidly that it is now considered one of the fastest intensifying hurricanes in Atlantic history. Since peaking as a Category 5 storm, it has since fluctuated, weakening to Category 4 with sustained winds of 215 km per hour, and currently to Category 3. According to the latest NHC data, Hurricane Erin is now producing sustained winds of about 115 miles per hour, 185 km per hour, classifying it as a Category 3 storm on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Central pressure is measured at 955 MB. Confirming the system remains very powerful. However, satellite imagery from GOES East shows that the hurricane's structure is being severely affected by upper-level wind shear. Dense cloud cover west of the eye has been torn apart, disrupting symmetry, while most deep convection is concentrated on the eastern and southeastern quadrants. This suggests that the hurricane's core is being damaged and development is uneven. Meteorologists note that Erin could temporarily weaken to Category 2 in the coming hours. But environmental conditions may allow it to re-intensify back to Category 3 within the next 24 to 48 hours. Such intensity fluctuations are common in large major hurricanes, particularly when they undergo eyewall replacement cycles or pass through regions with varying moisture and shear levels. Another key concern is Erin's slow movement, only about 7 miles per hour toward the northwest. At this pace, the storm lingers over warm ocean waters, prolonging energy exchange and potentially expanding its wind field as well as outer rain bands. This slow movement worries forecasters, as it increases the likelihood of extended periods of rough seas and dangerous surf along coastlines. Forecast tracks and model discrepancies. Over the past 3 days, forecast models have shown a consistent westward shift in Erin's projected track. Even small shifts, only tens of kilometers, can significantly alter the impact zone given the storm's large size. The NHC's cone forecasts have been widened to account for more scenarios, including the possibility of Erin brushing closer to North Carolina's Outer Banks. The European ECMWF model presents a more concerning scenario. Erin could approach the North Carolina coast, bringing strong winds and scattered rain as early as Wednesday night into Thursday morning. The USGFS model is more optimistic, keeping Erin farther offshore. However, even in this scenario, Erin's expansive wind field would still generate damaging gusts from Virginia to New England, with high surf and dangerous rip currents. Despite their differences, both models agree that as Erin tracks northward, its wind field will expand hundreds of miles across, exposing many coastal regions to indirect impacts even if the storm doesn't make landfall. The NHC has emphasized repeatedly, the cone does not represent the full impact zone. only the possible track of the storm's center. Thus, even areas outside the cone must prepare for strong winds, high seas, and scattered rainfall. Potential impacts: North Carolina and the Outer Banks. The greatest current risk is strong wind gusts and storm surge. Forecasts project gusts of 50 to 70 miles per hour, rainfall of 25 to 75 millimeters, and coastal inundation of 2 to 4 feet in low-lying areas. The state government has issued mandatory evacuation orders for several popular tourist destinations, urging residents to stay indoors and avoid the ocean. Mid-Atlantic and New England. States such as Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts may see gusts of 30 to 50 miles per hour. Offshore islands like Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, and Cape Cod could experience gusts of 40 to 60 miles per hour combined with high seas, a serious hazard for maritime and coastal activities. Atlantic Canada. Preparations are also underway in Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. The ECMWF model suggests Erin's outer rainbands could reach the region by the weekend, bringing tropical storm-force winds. Local authorities have advised fishermen to avoid going offshore and prepare for extended periods of rough seas. Other tropical systems in the Atlantic. Erin is not the only system under observation. At least 2 other tropical disturbances are active. A tropical wave in the central Atlantic with a 60% chance of developing into a tropical depression within 7 days. It is moving northwest and may affect waters near Bermuda if it strengthens. Invest 99L, with a lower chance, 30%, of development, currently appears as a broad but disorganized low-pressure area. Forecast models show both systems likely staying offshore, but meteorologists caution that conditions in the tropical Atlantic can shift quickly. Positive sign: first cool air mass of the season. Amidst the hurricane warnings, a piece of good news emerges. A refreshing cool air mass is forecast to spread across much of the U.S. according to the National Weather Service. Between August 24 to 28, large areas of the Midwest, Great Lakes, and even the Southeast may experience temperatures below average. Notably, dew points could drop into the 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit range across the Ohio Valley, extending as far south as Georgia and the Carolinas. This will bring drier, cooler conditions, signaling the seasonal shift from summer toward fall. After weeks of oppressive heat, residents in many states will surely welcome this change. Conclusion. In summary, Super Hurricane Erin remains the center of global meteorological focus. While there is no certainty yet of a direct U.S. landfall, its massive wind field ensures that coastal areas from North Carolina to New England and Atlantic Canada will face significant threats from winds, high seas, and storm surge. Meanwhile, 2 other tropical systems continue to develop, underscoring the highly active nature of the 2025 hurricane season. Still, amid the tense hurricane outlook, the arrival of the first cool air mass of the season offers a bright note, a sign that the sweltering summer is beginning to give way to cooler, more pleasant early autumn days. Stay tuned to our upcoming bulletins for the latest updates. Wishing you all safety and peace.